Hello everyone, Dan here from the Next Issue Podcast. On today's video, we're doing a review for SuperBoy, The Man of Tomorrow, #1. This is a new book from DC Comics. For those that may remember, this was the winner of the 2022 Round Robin Tournament. So I'm very excited that it's finally coming to print. I got a chance to read this earlier in the year, and I've been very excited for its release. Let's talk about the creative team. This book is written by Kenny Porter with art by Jahnoy Lindsay, letters by Lucas Gattoni. Chapter 1, Light at the End of Forever. In this book, Connor Kent takes center stage after the events of Dark Crisis. Connor feels out of place with the rest of the hero community. He doesn't fit in with the rest of the Superman family, and also the rest of the world doesn't really need him with so many supers in Metropolis. He doesn't want to rely on Tim, Cassie, and Bart, so Connor looks to the stars as a place he might be able to call his own and carve his own path. But what lurks in the great unknown? Are bravado and swagger enough to help Superboy find his new calling? I think Superboy, specifically this version I mean, with the leather jacket and the glasses and the haircut, like this is probably a lot of people's favorite Superboy, and I'm glad that he's back to kind of looking like this. It's been an interesting ride for the character over the past decade or couple of decades, but I am very glad to see him back in form, and also kind of get his own book to try to bring him to the forefront. I think he's such a cool character that sometimes gets a little bit lost, especially because there are so many super members of the super family. Uh, you know, so let's take a look at some preview art. We'll talk more about some of these details that I love. First of all, the first thing I noticed in this panel immediately is the homage to the action, the first issue of Action Comics, Superboy saving the people from this vehicle. It's a green vehicle, like kind of like the one Superman's picking up. I love it. Now, obviously, he's facing off against the villain, but Superboy never loses his cool, which is just overall really, really entertaining. I just love the little details here. And yeah, we see that Superboy's ready to go, but of course, John and Kara's they've been doing this for so long that they are very adept at fighting crime and taking down bad guys, reducing casualties. So yeah, he feels a little bit like he's not really needed there, right? I think not that the family doesn't want him there. I think that's been made clear if you've been reading the current Action Comics run. But it's really interesting that he's gonna have a place of his own. Now I love here the details that he was on a coffee run for Ma and Pa Kent. Unfortunately, his own spilled, which is a bummer. Hate it when that happens. Another detail that I really loved is the lettering aspect of it. All the narration bubbles have the little stitching, kind of like the symbol that he has in his jacket. How he stitched the symbol patch for Superman, because it's a bit of a reminder that Superboy, yes, he is a part of Superman. He's a clone of Superman, but he's not fully Superman. He's almost like, you know, himself patched together, which is always very interesting. Another detail that I love is that Jahnoy Lindsay, like, he draws Superboy with just like this optimism in his face, like this grim, like his eyes, especially, which was a really cool detail. And yeah, from here the story's just gonna pick up. Uh, like the synopsis mentioned, Superboy is all about the cool, about the swagger, but how much will that hold up? And I just love that he's on a journey to discover himself. It really almost feels like he's trying to find a place. He has his own family. He knows he belongs, but he's still trying to find his purpose. And I think that's a really, really interesting story to tell. And I trust the team very much to do so. If you haven't checked out some of Kenny Porter's other work, you can read the Flash tie-in comic book, Fastest Man Alive, and you can also check out the Mech Adventure with Baltimore Rivas, who gets a variant cover for this issue, DC Mech. So yeah, there's plenty of Superboy to touch around, and I was very excited to get to take a look at this. But let me know what you think about this issue down in the comments. And as always, thank you for watching, everyone. Remember to share, like, subscribe, hit the bell so you know when we go live. That is most Saturdays, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. Stay tuned. We have more comic reviews, trailer reactions, TV recaps, all that fun stuff here in the channel. Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye-bye.